For me personally, it's just about trying to help the team in every situation, whether it's in the Bundesliga or the Champions League. I think we have a great opportunity tomorrow night in front of our fans to, keep the season alive and keep some hope amongst the fans, and hope that we can achieve something special, even though it's not been the greatest season. So, for me personally, it's just about going there tomorrow and trying to do what I've been doing and scoring goals and help the team in any situation possible.
Okay, thanks. Next one, right side, yeah.
I was just going to ask you, you've obviously, it's not gone quite as well as you'd hoped this season, but when you look around the dressing room, the pedigree and the sort of the experience of those players that have won major trophies, including the Champions League, how much confidence does that give you? How much belief, does that sort of kind of really sort of fire you up?
Yeah, I think so. I think, we have got a lot of experience and a lot of players who have played in big games, in big moments, and it's no secret here that the club set out to win the Champions League every season. So there is an expectation, and I think if you look at our performances this year, there's been a different type of performance in the Champions League. I feel like we've been maybe together more. We've been willing to do more on the pitch, defensively and in other aspects. So it's a time to raise our game. It's a time for me and the players who have been in big situations, pressure situations, to step up and be counted. And like I said, it's going to be an amazing atmosphere. It's going to be a quarter-final Champions League night. So there's a lot of expectation, but I think there's a good belief amongst the squad that we can achieve something tomorrow.
Next one, third row, please. Yeah.
Hello, Harry. Being part of now Bundesliga, and how do you rank the Bundesliga compared to the Premier League? And also, it's very special for you because if you help Bayern advance, you make it more difficult for Premier League to get the extra spot in the Champions League. And who is in the 5th place? Tottenham. You would make it more difficult for Tottenham to advance to Champions League next. So how do you rate that?
I don't really know how to answer that, but no, of course, I think the Bundesliga has been a great experience for me so far. I think you've seen, like I touched on, that Leverkusen have had an amazing year, not just in the Bundesliga but in Europe. So you've got some top teams in this competition. In terms of me, obviously I can't focus on what may or may not happen in the Premier League. All I can do is try and perform in every performance that Bayern Munich play and try and help us finish as high at the league as possible, and that for us in the Bundesliga is to finish 2nd place. So what will be. I can't control other things outside of that, but as a whole, I'm really enjoying it here playing in the Bundesliga.
Right behind, yeah, please.
Hi, Harry.
Hi.
Obviously, it's still quite new for you here, new country, new league, new club, but how much responsibility and pressure are you putting on yourself to lead the team tomorrow night as the sort of the new face of Bayern, if you will?
Yeah, I think, where I'm at in my career and the stage I'm at, people expect a certain level from me in every game that I play, and obviously that comes with goals and assists, but also just an all-round performance and using, my leadership and my experience that I've had throughout my career so far to help the team. So, I always expect a lot from myself. I always scrutinise myself more than anyone else could. So, hopefully I can put in, a big performance tomorrow night, and that's not just with scoring goals, but also just the all-round play. It's going to be a difficult game, as it was in the away leg that we played. So I'll be ready for anything that may come tomorrow.
Next to you, right side, yeah.
Harry, I just wondered, is there a sense for you in this competition in particular of a kind of unfinished business? You obviously got so close to winning it with Spurs in 2019. Does that kind of feel like, one that got away and one that you'd love to put right this season?
Yeah, for sure. I think whenever you reach a final of a competition and you don't quite, get over the line, there's always that burning fire inside you to get back there and go that one step further. So, we have an opportunity this year. It starts obviously with a big moment tomorrow, and where if we can take that step tomorrow night, then obviously we're only a couple of games away from trying to get to Wembley. But that's still in the distance at the moment. It may come around quick, but all my focus is on tomorrow. That's all I can do is to try and put in my best performance and hopefully the team's best performance, and then step by step, hopefully we can try and reach our goals.
Same rule, yeah.
Harry, with this game, how much more does it mean to you with it being Arsenal? You've scored plenty of goals against them in the past, and obviously you've got that Tottenham-Arsenal rivalry. So how does that play into this, if at all?
Yeah, I think for me personally, I think it's something that's probably built up more from the outside, from the media, from the fans, rather than me myself. Of course, I had a lot of history with Arsenal playing for Spurs for so many years, and that North London derby obviously was probably the biggest game of the season every year when we was in the Premier League. But for me here, it's a different chapter, it's a different moment for me. I'm playing obviously for a different team, so my focus is on trying to beat a really good side in Arsenal. Of course, I know there'll be a lot of Spurs fans watching as well, hoping that Bayern Munich go through tomorrow night. But I can't focus on that. All I can do is just try and beat the team in front of us, and that's Arsenal.
Okay, let's start with the Germans. Klaus Bergmann für die DPA.
Mr. Kane.
What will be the key factors tomorrow?
Yeah, I think, we have to learn from that game. I felt like defensively, in the shape that we had, we defended really well, and we made it difficult for them to create chances. It may be a bit different tomorrow night in front of our stadium with the energy we're going to have from our fans. So I feel like in possession we can control the ball a little bit better than what we did away from home. Sometimes it's that's the way it goes when the home team are putting pressure on you. It's hard to keep the ball and hard to keep possession. So I'm hoping we can do that better tomorrow night, which will allow us to get into the game a little bit better, maybe create a few more chances and keep them pinned into their half. But also we know they've got some great threats that we have to be careful of as well. So we need to take bits from the first game. I thought the best thing from the first game was the collective, the way we all fought and defended and work together, and we're going to need that tomorrow night as well, even though we're at home.
Eins höher bitte. Ja.
Hi, Harry. Kingsley Coman and Serge Gnabry are injured. Leroy Sane might not be at 100%. So how will this affect your game on a personal level tomorrow?
Yeah, of course, really disappointed for King and for Serge, two players who have struggled this season with injuries, and it's never easy having teammates who go through that. You obviously want them to be out there with you on the pitch. So obviously I'm not sure the status of Leroy. We'll obviously see today in training how he is, but no, in general for me it doesn't matter who I play with. My game is my game. I try and dictate to whoever's on the pitch. There might be certain situations where I might have to adapt a little bit to whoever is playing in the team, but that's been our season this year. The squad is whoever plays is ready to make an impact, whether they play in their position or not their position. You have to do a job for the team, and like I said, we've had quite a few injuries this year, which has led to some players playing in different roles, but they've handled it really well. So it will be no different. Whoever plays tomorrow night will be ready and focused on their job, and hopefully as a team we can all pull through, and especially for the guys who are injured, hopefully we can progress, and maybe they'll be back for the next round.
Dann rechte Seite, letzte Reihe, Dominik Fischer für den Bayerischen Rundfunk. Ja.
Hello, Harry.
Hi.
There are a lot of injuries in your team. Did you see in your career so much muscle injuries during a season, and what could be the expectation for that?
Yeah, no, it's been a lot of injuries, of course. Probably the most that I've been involved in as a team. I think you're seeing not just for us, but in football in general, you're starting to see, I think, more and more injuries for one reason or another. But from our point of view, it's something I think maybe the club have to look at themselves and try and find a solution or try and find a reason. The seasons are hard, the seasons are long. We play a lot of games. We train hard. We sometimes play every few days, so the schedule is busy as well. But it's something hopefully we can try and avoid. It's something hopefully we can maybe look at and see if there's a solution to it. But also you need a bit of luck as well, and I feel like that's maybe gone against us a bit this year. But as always, I'm sure the club are looking at every situation and every fine detail they can see, and see if there's a percent that they can take to try and avoid as many injuries in the coming seasons.
Third row again, please. Yeah.
Hi, Harry. Before the first game, the Players' Tribune piece you did a few years ago kind of did the rounds again, about where you talked about the special motivation you felt playing against Arsenal because of when they released you as a young boy. I mean, obviously you want to win the Champions League and get through in that, but do you still have that kind of fire within you when you play Arsenal? Is it still a bit extra, even when you're now not at Tottenham anymore?
I'm not too sure. I think, like I touched on a bit earlier, I think the game was always, one of the biggest games of the season for pretty much my whole career up until this year. We played them at least twice a year for the last 10 years, and it was always a big occasion, big moment. Of course, I always feel like when, maybe it was in the back of my mind being released from a young age, there's always a point to prove, and I feel like I'm the type of player who, throughout my whole career has had points to prove along the way, and I don't think that ever leaves you. I think that would always be in my DNA until I'm retired. There'd always be a reason to prove someone wrong or to prove to myself I can do something. I don't think specifically, I think back to that and think, tomorrow's, because I was released when I was 9 years old, I really have to make a difference tomorrow. Now it's, now I'm here at Bayern Munich. It's just, okay, they're a top team in the Champions League, and of course I have history with them, but all I can do is try and help Bayern Munich qualify for the semi-final of the Champions League.
In der Mitte Felix Fischer für Sky.
Hello, Harry. There are a lot of rumors at the moment regarding a possible new Bayern coach from the summer on. What is your opinion on Julian Nagelsmann? How well do you know him?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know him too well. Obviously, I don't know the whole situation with the coaches at the moment. Obviously, I know that Thomas is here until the end of the season, and that's kind of all I think I'm focused on and the players are focused on. I know the club have a decision and a job to do, outside of that, and I'm sure they're looking at all the candidates and trying to find the best solution for Bayern Munich. But I think from a player's point of view, we have to show full respect to Thomas, and we have, a big game tomorrow night, but also, games in the Bundesliga that we want to finish well as well. So all our focus and motivation is to try and finish the season strong with him. Then I'm sure in the background the club will make the best decision that they feel is right for Bayern Munich.
Okay, I think the last one, yes, please.
Hi, Harry. For Bayern, not winning a trophy in a season, that can be deemed a failure. But for you personally, if you don't lift a trophy, for you, is that a failure in your first season in Germany?
Well, I think it depends what you define by a failure. I think, of course, every player, every club want to win trophies, and it wants to be, that's the ultimate goal every season. But there's a process into winning. There's a process into individual and in team. You want to improve as a player individually every year. You want to get better. You want to show the world that your capabilities, and you want to push yourself to the very limits. And then you hope as that helps with the team. You hope as a team you can come together and find a real togetherness and push each other and help each other improve along that process. So, of course, it's from the club's point of view, it will be a fouled season if we don't win anything this year, because we're expected to win. But then all we can do is take that into next year and try and turn that around. So, I think there's a harsh reality in winning and losing, and of course that you can do a lot of good things throughout the year and still end up on the losing side. So I don't think it's as harsh as that. There's a lot of things that go into it, but I think the main thing for us right now is that we still have an opportunity to turn the season into a great season if we win the Champions League. So that motivation is still there, and as players you can only hang on to that, and if we can do something special tomorrow night, then of course that keeps that hope alive.
Okay, thanks Harry.
Cheers guys.
Danke.
Thank you.
Wir sind gleich zurück mit dem Trainer.